In the winter of 1994, an upscale hotel in New England hid a crime so baffling the police records were sealed for 30 years. They didn't seal them because of the violence. They sealed them because the physics of what happened inside room 322 didn't make sense. Imagine locking your hotel door from the inside. Deadbolt turned. Chain clicked into place. The only window, 4 stories up, completely frozen shut from the blizzard outside. Yet, when the maid opens that door the next morning, you're gone. But your clothes, your phone, and a fresh cup of steaming coffee are still right there, and you aren't missing. You're under the floorboards. Arthur Vance was a forensic accountant who traveled light. On November 14th, he checked into the Grandview Manor. He was scheduled to testify in a high-profile fraud case the following morning. He knew he was in danger. Hotel security logs show Arthur checked his door lock exactly 4 times before turning off the lights. At 2:14 a.m., the guest in room 324, directly across the hall, woke up to a strange sound. It wasn't a scream. It was the sound of wet, heavy footsteps walking down the hallway. But when he looked through the peephole, the hallway was empty. The motion-activated lights hadn't even turned on. When Arthur failed to show up for court, hotel staff used the master key. The chain lock was still attached. The security team literally had to cut the steel chain to get inside. The room was immaculate. The bed was made, but the investigators noticed 2 terrifying things. First, the thermostat was set to its maximum heat, making the room a sweltering 90 degrees. Second, a heavy wardrobe had been pushed in front of the bathroom door from the inside of the bathroom. If you've watched this far, you're probably thinking he hid in the ceiling panels, or maybe he staged his own disappearance. That's exactly what the detectives thought until they moved the wardrobe. Inside the bathroom, the floor tiles had been meticulously pried up. Beneath them lay the building's narrow maintenance crawl space. Inside that suffocatingly small gap, they found Arthur. The coroner confirmed he had passed away around 2:30 a.m., right when the neighbor heard those footsteps. But here's the part that caused the lead detective to quit the force a week later. Arthur had succumbed to severe hypothermia. Remember, the room was 90 degrees. The crawl space was insulated and warm. Yet, Arthur's body was completely frozen solid, as if he had been left out in the sub-zero blizzard for days. How does a man freeze to death inside a heated, locked room, while hiding behind a barricade he couldn't have physically placed from the outside? When forensic teams analyzed the security logs one final time, they found a glitch. The electronic lock on room 322 recorded a keycard entry at 2:12 a.m. The card used belonged to a guest who had checked out 3 years prior, a guest who had vanished under the exact same circumstances. Arthur Vance didn't break into the floorboards to hide from someone in the hallway. He was pulling the floorboards up, desperately trying to escape whatever had just materialized inside his room. What do you think happened in room 322? Let me know in the comments below. Sleep well tonight, and don't forget to double-check your locks.